Hey book friends, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about a couple things. I'm going to talk a bit about my reflection on 2022 in terms of books and booktube, as well as my goals for 2023. I love this time of year. I love reflecting. I love thinking about what happened. I love anticipating and planning for the future. These are really two of my favorite things. And so that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to the channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you've been coming for a while. So like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit about 2022 and a little bit about 2023 as I look back and look forward, I guess, for the next year. And so I have been on BookTube for like 3 years. This channel in specific, the Angie Henderson channel, I started last December, so it's been a year, which is really exciting. But I have also been making videos on my old channel on Science Mama since early 2020. But I have noticed a trend in my reading and my ability to make BookTube content. There has been this distinct pattern that I noticed as I was reflecting back on how things have been going, that I honestly really need to take into account when I'm thinking about book goals for next year. I have found that over the course of like this spring, summer time frame, I tend to get a little bit burnt out on BookTube videos. But it's not because I'm not reading. I am reading a little bit less during that time frame, and it's not because I don't love BookTube. I do. The issue is, I almost said the problem. The issue is that I also make content for my homeschool channel, and that can be a bit seasonal at times, or there's just times when I'm thinking about homeschool, planning homeschool, putting out a lot more homeschool content, and that tends to be the spring and the summer because I'm thinking about what's coming next. I'm problem solving. It's taking up all of my brain space. And that has happened the past couple years. And I get to a point where if I push myself with making book content or even reading, I get really burnt out and I don't want to do it anymore. I have almost quit twice making book content. But then I remember how much I love this community. I remember how excited I get about making videos and doing different challenges for myself and all the books, right? There's so many good books that I want to get to that I'm really excited about that I hate when I feel burnt out. But I've noticed that I've done that twice where I've gone kind of radio silent for like a month or two. And then I come back and I just don't want to do that going forward. I want to be a little bit more self-aware. And that has really been what's come out of reflecting on 2022 and honestly the last couple years, is that I need to maybe structure my time on here. So I'm thinking that will make its way into my goals in some way. So that has been one very large thing has come out of reflecting. The other thing has been that I am allowing myself to read what I want to read. And I actually am fairly good at this. I do read what I want to read. I just found that sometimes I feel guilty about reading too much, say, fantasy, because a lot of the people that follow me on this channel don't like fantasy. You guys came because I love historical fiction, which I do. I don't know, you guys, if you have been following for the past like year, you know it's been a bit of a struggle year for me. Historical fiction has been just too much, too many emotions, and fantasy has fit better. And I'm going to keep reading it because I really want to. I've been really interested in it, and I've been most excited about some of those books, and I am going to try not to feel guilty about the fact that maybe those aren't the books that you would like me to read or that you would like to hear my thoughts on. You know, it's not like you want to control me. I know that. I just feel bad that sometimes I'm not reading the books that maybe you're more interested in, but I'm going to try to release that because it's more authentic to be who I am. And I know that's what you guys would want for me to do anyway, because that's what I want for all the booktubers I follow, is for them to read what they want. And I will just follow along for the journey. But those were the two things that kind of came out of reflecting, is I just need to make sure I'm more aware of kind of my mental health and how I'm handling what I'm committing to, as well as letting myself read what I want without feeling guilty. Those are two good things. So I think that was good. I think it was good to reflect a bit. I was thinking about going back through my 2022 goals, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move forward, press forward into some new goals, into what feels like a different year than 2022. 2022 has been a hard year, and I'm hoping 2023 is better. So to start into my goals, this is the goals section. I will start with my Goodreads goal. I always start there. I always pick 52 books because that is pretty accurate for what I read. Like I think I'm going to end this year on maybe 55, 56 books, depending on if I finish my big book that I'm currently reading. And that's good. So 52 books, 1 book a week is just my reading. I would love to be a person who could read more, but I just don't have the bandwidth these days, especially since reading is a hobby, not necessarily a job. So I'll keep it at 52. The next book goal I have, which is I guess maybe more of a booktube goal, I'm just going to intermix them. You're just going to get a big random list from me today. But my next goal, number 2, is thinking about readathons and different commitments. And so I love hosting readathons, and I've got a really good idea on a readathon potentially to do this year. I just have to talk to some people, see if they'll do it with me. But I want to be thoughtful of when I do readathons. So this kind of comes back to my reflections, as I think I want to aim to do readathons kind of early in the year or into the fall. So kind of fall, winter, early spring time frame, I feel like is probably a sweet spot for me to not feel too overwhelmed or not to take on more than I can, especially during seasons when I'm thinking more about homeschool. Because like right now, I'm not necessarily thinking about homeschool. We have a really good rhythm and routine, and we're just going to keep riding that until I need to start thinking about next year, which isn't quite yet. So readathons. I love hosting them. I love participating in them, but I have a couple ideas. So anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it just in case I don't end up doing it or something like that. Okay, the next book goal is more my reading. So I want to focus on 2 things, series and dark academia. So what came up this year in reflecting kind of about my reading is I really enjoyed series. I love getting deep into a world. I love following characters and really getting to know them because I'm very character driven in my book reading. And so certain things like series have really been fun this past year. And so I want to read more series. I have some videos planned that I'm going to share with you, what series I'm currently reading, what series I want to start. That's all coming in January as I kind of get my lists organized. So excited to make my lists for next year. So series, but also dark academia. After reading The Secret History, you guys, I just really want all the dark academia. I just currently finished one like a couple days ago, which was really fun, and I'll talk more about in my December update if I do an update. But it was really good book. So I really want to prioritize my reading on those 2 areas, series and dark academia, for next year. Oh, another one, like I said, this is in crazy random order, is I'm really excited about my reading challenge. So I just announced a couple weeks ago a reading challenge that I am running on this channel, and it's really for both my channels, anybody who wants to participate. I just want to read more books with people. I want to read fun books together. I want to read nonfiction together. And so I put together a challenge and a Discord group, and it's all linked down below. I will link the announcement video above just in case you want to hear my heart behind it and things like that. But I'm really excited about that. I feel like that is going to be a fun focus for me this year, is just developing that community, reading books with people, getting to know people on just a little bit better level than, say, in the comments of my YouTube videos. So I'm excited for that. Next couple things are more about my reading habits again. So the first one is I have decided, and this comes from filming my worst books in 2022 video, is I've decided that I am going to only get thriller books from the library. I have really struggled with thriller books this year, especially because a lot of them end up being psychological in nature. I'm leaning more towards kind of like a murder mystery as opposed to thriller in that genre of mystery thriller. And so I'm just really working through that and learning my taste in those kinds of books. But I'm tired of buying thrillers that I really don't like. And so I think I'm just going to focus on trying to find authors that I like. So let me know down below favorite authors that are not psychological thriller authors. Let me know your best recommendations on that down below, because I definitely want to read the genre, but I don't want to buy it anymore. So thrillers from the library. And then my last goal is I want to focus more on rereading. So I have always been a rereader. Like I said, I love getting in a world. I love really immersing myself with the characters and the setting and all those things. I just enjoy it. I love going back and finding new things in books. And since starting BookTube, I have tended not to reread, but I want to reread some more because I just enjoy it. I know some people just could care less and they just keep moving on. I'm not that person. I am the type of person who will rewatch old movies versus watch new movies because I know I like them. and I've just been disappointed by so many movies lately. And so I'm just a rereader, and I want to do that again. And so that has made my goals, because I need a little push to actually reread instead of say I'm going to reread and then just wait for the next new release or whatever, you know? So those are my goals for 2023. I feel like it was a good process of reflecting a bit before making my goals, trying to think about what I want to read personally, but also how I want my channel to go, what I want to share with you guys, what I want to host for you guys. I'm excited for 2023. So let me know down below, do you make book goals? Is that fun for you? Or are you just like, I read whatever, I'm a mood reader? Let me know all of that down below, because I really enjoy hearing that from everybody. But I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next book video. All right, take care. Bye.